If you're a heat nursing technician or even a salesperson, what's one thing that I've learned from role playing with executives and business owners that relate to HVAC technicians, and why does it matter? This is a fantastic question. I'm Scott Bell, Company Life for HVAC technicians, sales secrets on a perfect day to talk about sales and business, and a fantastic day to talk about you. So part of my role and responsibility during the week is to work with business owners, executives, CEOs on communication. And I will let you know that all of the problems that you have, all of the fears and the worries that you have are the same exact fears and worries that I have with CEOs, executives, and business owners. And I will share with you that I was on a call this week and I was doing some coaching and I was doing some training, and it just made me go back and go, this is exactly like working with a heating and air conditioning technician. This is exactly what it's like when I have these types of conversations. It was all the same fears. It was, I don't want to look dumb. It was, I don't know what they're going to say. It was, I'm afraid that I'm going to say the wrong thing. It was, I might get rejected. And so when I say every fear and worry that they have are the same exact fears and worries that you have, takes solace in knowing it's the same coaching and the same training. It's the same worries. It's the same fears. It's the same problems. And what you'll find is if you can work through these issues, if you can work through your personal fears and your personal worries, life and sales gets much easier. Life and sales will become part of the process. Now, I will share with you, with working with them, the conversation's a little bit different. The conversation with them could be about buying a business. The conversation with them could be about negotiating. The conversation with them could be about selling their business. But be aware, it's all the same worries. It's all the same fears. We're all the same. And the reason I share this with you is, like, look, it's not uncommon to have this worry. It's not uncommon to have this fear. Now, here's the thing. You should absolutely join my email publication, hvactechsecrets.com. It's an email publication. You get emails from me, sometimes once or twice a week, sometimes never. It just depends upon my work schedule and what I'm doing for travel. Sometimes in Hawaii, sometimes in Florida, sometimes Texas, sometimes San Diego. Maybe Europe here pretty quick. Who knows? Just be aware it's an email publication. Your fears, your worries, your anxiety about having these conversations is not just unique to you. I've had them. Occasionally, I still go through them. I was working on a major deal with lots of zeros, and I had to make a phone call recently. And I will tell you, I was nervous. I have not ever asked for that many zeros. And when we're talking like 000, 000, 00, I asked for a lot of zeros. And so I got on the phone with one of my buddies and I'm like, hey man, I just want to make sure that I'm ready. Let's just go back and forth a few times. So 3 or 4 times. Hey, I need to ask for X amount of dollars to make this deal go through. And then I jump on the phone and guess what? None of the things that I worried about mattered. None of them happened. Jump on the phone, talk to the contact, said, hey, here's what I'm looking at. Here's the deal that I'm working on. Here's what I'm asking for. And the dude was like, cool, no problem. You make stuff up, I make stuff up, and some of it doesn't even matter. If you really want to get good at what you do, there is a lot of value in role play. There is a lot of value in having conversations and doing what other people want. So I'm going to give you a couple guidelines. Let's say you're learning a new word track or a new sales script. You want to practice that word track or that sales script like somewhere between 60 and 100 times. You want to get used to saying it. You want to say, what do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? You're looking for your vocal pitch and tone to fall in. And yes, it sounds absolutely goofy. But what you're going to find is your ability to locate the verbal presence that you have sometimes comes from doing the goofy things. Second, you want to have somebody help you out, right? I have a couple of people that I call, hey, here's what I'm thinking. Just be on the other side. Tell me what objections you have. Even if it's not you making the purchase, even if it's not you that's the intended person, give me the objections. And then 3, write them down. And then just be willing to answer them and have a conversation. So one of the biggest ahas I'm going to give you when I work with executives, CEOs, and business owners is they're like, Scott, it just feels like you're talking to me. It just feels like we're having a conversation. And the reason that happens is it's like there's nothing that's going to bother me. It's like, down south, they call it mañana. Like, no big deal. On the islands, they're like, the waves are good, right? It's like, just chill out. And when you adapt, like, nothing gets underneath my skin, nothing's bothering me, this is normal. That person is looking for your confidence to build off of their confidence so that they don't get nervous and so that they don't get worried. Be aware that one of the greatest tools that you could do that's going to benefit your sales life, no matter what business you're in, no matter what you decide to do, I work with executive CEOs and business owners, they still freak out about this stuff, is to practice your communication skills. And you're like, hey, Scott, do you do this? Oh my goodness, I shoot probably 20 to 30 YouTube videos a week or content online for Facebook and Instagram. Somewhere between 5 and 10 hours a week, I am online on Zoom or some platform that's similar, going back and forth with executives and business owners. I do this too. Today, I am going to drive to Monterey. I'm working on a project and I need to figure out where the center of my gravity is, so to speak, for the language pattern that I'm going to use. And so I'm probably going to drive to Monterey, which is a 3-hour drive there and a 3-hour drive back. And you know, it's a nice drive from Sacramento to Monterey. Fantastic. Just take the I-5, drive down to Pacheco Pass, go to the lake, make a left, Santa Nella, and then boom, I'm at the place. So I don't want to just say, hey, you do it, boom, and I point my finger at you and I'm like, hey, sales dude, you do it, and I don't. I want you to be aware that the more that you get used to having very tough conversations, the more that you get used to going back and forth with people, the more moolah, money, cash, cheddar, I don't know what you want to call it, the more money you'll make. You got 1 of 3 things to do from here, just 1 of 3. Find the subscribe button, click on it. Every time I send out a video, you, my friend, will get an update. 2, hit follow. 3, you know what you got to do. Share this video with a friend. We'll see you soon. Thanks for watching.